Let's dive into this. Think about it for a second. When you use an app, how do you really know it's secure? Most of the time, you don't. You're just trusting the company behind it. But what if there was another way? What if we could build a system not on blind trust, but on verifiable proof? Well, that's the whole idea behind the trustless architecture of the internet computer, and we're going to break down exactly how it works. I want you to really chew on this question. I mean, traditionally, online security is all about secrets, right? It's hidden servers, private code, these big, complex firewalls. But what if we just flipped that completely on its head? What if the most secure system in the world was actually one where everything was out in the open for anyone, and I mean anyone, to see? And this slide just nails that fundamental shift. Over on the left, you've got Web 2. It's basically a black box where we just have to trust the operators. We hope they do the right thing. But on the right, you have Web 3, a transparent glass box where we don't need to trust because we can actually verify the code ourselves. We're moving away from security based on secrecy to security based on cold, hard mathematical proof. To make this whole thing a little more concrete, let's use an analogy. Let's think of traditional Web 2 security as a single lone security guard. So this one guard, they represent that single company running a service. Your bank, your social media app, whatever it is. You're handing over all your data, and you're just trusting their promise to keep it safe. They hold the keys, they make all the rules, and all you can really do is hope they're doing a good job. Well, here's the problem. It creates a giant single point of failure. What if that guard gets tired and just makes a simple mistake? What if they get tricked by a really clever hacker? Or, and this is the scary part, what if the guard themselves decides to go rogue? When your entire security rests on just one person or one company, you are always vulnerable. And this is where the new model comes in. And it doesn't just patch up the problems of the lone guard. Oh, no. It replaces the entire system. Instead of one guard, what if you had a whole team? This right here is the core idea. Instead of one guard, you have a whole team scattered all across the globe. They don't even know each other, they don't trust each other, but, and this is the key, they all follow the exact same set of instructions. So for any action to be approved, they all have to perform it, compare their results, and agree on the outcome. A single bad actor trying to cheat the system, they're instantly outvoted and just ignored. So how in the world does this team of guards coordinate? Well, they follow a very, very strict shared playbook. You can think of it as their operating manual, and it's built on 3 totally unbreakable rules. So the process is pretty straightforward. First, on the internet computer, that rulebook is called a deterministic canister. It's what ensures every guard is on the same page. Second, they all do the exact same action and check each other's work. That's replication. And third, they all have to digitally sign off on the final outcome to create a verifiable proof, and that's data certification. Deterministic execution, this is the absolute foundation. It's like a law of physics for this whole system. It just means that if you tell guard A to add 2 plus 2, they get 4. If you give guard B the same instruction, they have to get 4 too. There's zero room for interpretation. This guarantees every single guard is always on the same page. And this is why having a team is so incredibly powerful. By replicating all the work across tons of guards, or nodes as they're called in the biz, the system becomes what we call fault tolerant. If one node's computer crashes, or if it tries to cheat and say 2 plus 2 equals 5, the rest of the team just ignores that wrong answer and moves right along. The system doesn't even blink. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this sounds perfect. It's totally automated, a system of pure logic that just runs itself. But, that's not quite the whole story. Because at the end of the day, that playbook, it was written by humans. And that's where we still play a really crucial role. Which, of course, brings up a really important question. Is that playbook, the code that all the guards are following, is it guaranteed to be perfect? Can we just write it once, set it, and forget it? And the simple answer is, nope, not at all. Code is written by humans, and humans, well, we make mistakes. That playbook can have bugs or vulnerabilities that nobody saw coming. And the system is so logical that it will execute a flawed instruction just as perfectly as it executes a correct one. And that's where human oversight becomes absolutely critical. First, through audits. Think of this as expert editors just poring over the playbook, looking for any tiny bugs or loopholes. And second, through governance. Because when a bug is found, you need a safe and transparent way to fix it. Governance is basically a democratic system for proposing a fix, voting on it, and then automatically updating the playbook for all the guards at the exact same time. So when you put all these different pieces together, you've got the team of guards, their super strict playbook, and that careful human oversight, you get something totally new. It's security that's based on proof, a security you don't have to be told about, but one you can actually see with your own two eyes. This new model of security really rests on three pillars. First, verification. The code is open, so anyone can go and read the playbook. Then, replication. The system is incredibly strong because it relies on the consensus of many, not the integrity of just one. And finally, transparency. Every single action, every change is recorded publicly for the whole world to see. So if there's one thing you take away from this, let it be this. We are moving away from a world where security is a secret promise to one where security is a public process that anyone can inspect. It's a huge shift from trusting people to trusting math. And that really leaves us with a final, pretty powerful question. If we can build systems where security is something you can prove instead of just hope for, what else can we build on that foundation? What other parts of our digital lives could we make transparent, verifiable, and truly trustworthy? That, right there, is the future this technology opens up.